The entertainment and political worlds were thrown into turmoil when shocking reports surfaced that Micky McCoy's wife had leaked explosive information involving Erika Kirk and a top TPUSA chief of staff. According to insiders, this leak reveals alleged collaboration between Kirk and the political figure in a controversial plot, sending shockwaves across both celebrity and political circles. Fans, media outlets, and online communities immediately erupted with speculation, sharing screenshots, commentary, and theories about the implications of the revelation. The leak reportedly came at a time of heightened scrutiny, with Erika Kirk already under public observation for various controversies. Sources suggest that Micky McCoy's wife had access to private communications, emails, and other documents that point to a deliberate involvement of both Kirk and the TPUSA chief of staff. This information allegedly implicates them in coordinating actions behind the scenes, raising questions about ethics, accountability, and personal motives. While details are still emerging, the leak has already sparked heated debates among fans, political analysts, and celebrity gossip circles. Eyewitnesses close to the situation claim that Erika Kirk was blindsided by the leak. The sudden exposure of her alleged involvement left her scrambling to craft a public response while managing damage control across social media. For the TPUSA chief of staff, the situation is equally delicate, as political insiders warn that any misstep could result in scrutiny, internal investigations, or even public fallout for the organization. Sources indicate that both parties are aware of the magnitude of the leak and the viral nature of the content, prompting rapid strategizing to control the narrative. Social media immediately amplified the story. Clips, screenshots, and insider commentary spread across Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook, with fans debating every detail. Hashtags related to Erika Kirk TPUSA and Micky McCoy's wife began trending within hours, highlighting the speed at which high-profile leaks can dominate digital conversation. Memes, reaction videos, and discussion threads emerged almost instantly, as people tried to interpret the motivations behind the leak and the potential consequences for all involved. Analysts note that the intersection of celebrity and politics adds layers of complexity to this controversy. Erika Kirk, a public figure already known for her involvement in high-profile situations, now faces scrutiny not just for personal decisions, but for alleged collaboration with a political figure holding significant influence. The chief of staff's involvement intensifies the stakes, as it raises questions about professional conduct, the integrity of organizational oversight, and the consequences for both personal and political networks. Observers warn that the story could have ramifications beyond entertainment, potentially affecting careers, alliances, and reputations. According to sources close to Micky McCoy's wife, the motivation behind the leak was a combination of transparency and frustration. The insider claims that she felt compelled to expose the coordination between Erika Kirk and the political staffer, emphasizing that accountability and public awareness were her driving factors. However, skeptics argue that personal motives, rivalries, or even opportunism could also play a role, complicating the interpretation of her actions. Regardless, the leak has already ignited a wildfire of speculation, debate, and analysis. Fans and online commentators have also focused on the potential fallout for both Erika Kirk and the TPUSA chief of staff. Discussions range from whether public apologies will follow, to whether resignations or investigations are imminent. Many emphasize the delicate balancing act required in such situations, where any statement or move could either mitigate damage or exacerbate public scrutiny. In a world dominated by social media amplification, controlling the narrative is essential, and both figures are reportedly consulting advisors to navigate the crisis carefully. The leak has also highlighted the power of insider information in shaping public perception. In this case, Micky McCoy's wife holds information that instantly challenges existing narratives, placing Erika Kirk and the chief of staff under an intense spotlight. Analysts point out that leaks like this demonstrate how information can shift influence, control narratives, and redefine reputations almost overnight. The combination of celebrity influence, political authority, and digital virality makes this story a case study in the mechanics of modern public scrutiny. Sources suggest that private communications between Erika Kirk and the TPUSA Chief of Staff reveal a coordinated effort to manage certain outcomes behind the scenes. While the full details are still emerging, leaks indicate that actions were planned deliberately, with both parties aware of the potential impact. This revelation has prompted urgent discussions among political insiders and celebrity managers alike, as the consequences of exposure are likely to be felt across multiple spheres. As fans continue to analyze screenshots, videos, and insider commentary, speculation about the next moves grows. Will Erika Kirk issue a public statement addressing the allegations? How will the TPUSA Chief of Staff respond to protect their position and credibility? Could Micky McCoy's wife release more evidence in the coming days? These questions dominate social media feeds, discussion forums, and celebrity gossip channels, creating an ongoing narrative that continues to unfold in real time. The leak has also sparked broader conversations about trust, accountability, and the influence of personal relationships in professional environments. Observers note that when private coordination between high-profile figures comes to light, it challenges assumptions about transparency and integrity. For fans and industry watchers, the situation provides a rare glimpse into the complex dynamics that govern interactions between celebrities and political figures, illustrating how personal connections can impact professional decision-making. By the end of Part 1, it was evident that Micky McCoy's wife's leak was more than just a sensational headline. It was a story with the potential to redefine perceptions, influence narratives, and impact reputations across entertainment and political circles. Fans, insiders, and analysts are left waiting for further developments, knowing that the next moves from Erika Kirk, the TPUSA Chief of Staff, and Micky McCoy's wife could determine the trajectory of this high-profile controversy. The fallout from Micky McCoy's wife leaking information about Erika Kirk and the TPUSA Chief of Staff continued to dominate social media and entertainment outlets. Within hours of the leak, fans, political analysts, and gossip channels dissected every detail of the alleged collaboration, sparking intense debate about motives, ethics, and the potential ramifications for those involved. The story, blending celebrity drama with political intrigue, quickly became one of the most discussed topics online, drawing attention from a wide range of audiences. Insiders reveal that the leak exposed a deeper network of interactions between Erika Kirk and the TPUSA Chief of Staff than previously suspected. Messages, emails, and other communications allegedly showed a deliberate strategy, hinting that both parties were coordinating efforts behind the scenes. The nature of this coordination is not fully clear, but sources suggest it involved actions that could significantly impact reputations, public perception, and organizational credibility. This revelation sparked immediate questions. Were these efforts meant to influence outcomes unfairly, or were they simply part of normal political and personal maneuvering? Erika Kirk's response, or lack thereof, became a focal point for discussion. In the immediate aftermath, she reportedly consulted with advisors, PR specialists, and legal counsel to determine the best approach. Sources indicate that Kirk was concerned about maintaining credibility, controlling the narrative, and minimizing potential damage. Meanwhile, the TPUSA Chief of Staff faced similar pressure. Political insiders noted that even a minor misstep could trigger internal investigations, public backlash, or shifts in professional alliances. The stakes were high, and every move was scrutinized by fans, media, and political observers. Social media played a crucial role in shaping the story's trajectory. Platforms like Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube were flooded with reaction videos, speculation threads, and detailed analysis of leaked content. Fans debated the authenticity of the leak, the intentions of Micky McCoy's wife, and the possible outcomes for both Erika Kirk. According to sources close to Micky McCoy's wife, her motivations were multifaceted. While she expressed a desire for transparency, insiders also suggest that frustration, loyalty, or personal grievances may have played a role. Regardless of motive, the impact of her actions was immediate. Both Erika Kirk and the TPUSA chief of staff were thrust into the spotlight, facing intense scrutiny from the media and the public. Analysts suggest that the timing of the leak, combined with the current political climate, maximized its visibility and potential consequences. The controversy also sparked debates about ethics and accountability. Observers questioned whether the actions revealed in the leak crossed professional or moral boundaries. Some argued that collaboration of this nature is common in political circles, while others stressed that the involvement of a high-profile celebrity like Erika Kirk complicates the situation, blurring the lines between personal gain and public responsibility. The discussion highlighted the challenges of maintaining integrity and transparency when personal, professional, and political interests intersect. In addition to social media and political analysis, the leak generated attention from news outlets and gossip channels. Celebrity reporters and political commentators began covering the story in depth, often framing it as a major scandal that could have far-reaching implications. Coverage ranged from speculative opinion pieces to investigative reporting, with journalists seeking to verify claims, understand motives, and assess the potential fallout for the individuals involved. This media attention further fueled public interest and ensured that the controversy remained at the forefront of online and traditional discussions. Fans also speculated on potential consequences for relationships and alliances. Will Erika Kirk face public backlash? Could the TPUSA chief of staff encounter internal scrutiny or political consequences? Might Micky McCoy's wife release additional information or corroborating evidence? These questions dominated discussion threads and social media conversations, highlighting the unpredictable nature of leaks and their power to shape public perception. The story evolved rapidly, with every new detail prompting further analysis and debate. The leak also raised broader concerns about the power of insider knowledge and transparency. When private communications and behind-the-scenes coordination become public, the dynamics of influence and credibility are transformed. Erika Kirk's alleged involvement with a prominent political figure illustrates the challenges celebrities face when navigating relationships that intersect with professional networks. Similarly, the TPUSA chief of staff's role demonstrates how public scrutiny can affect even high-ranking political figures, revealing vulnerabilities that may not have been apparent prior to the leak. As Part 2 unfolds, the pressure on all parties continues to mount. Erika Kirk and the TPUSA chief of staff are reportedly strategizing their next moves carefully, weighing public perception, legal considerations, and potential backlash. Micky McCoy's wife, meanwhile, has established herself as a key figure in the narrative, her actions sparking debates about transparency, ethics, and the influence of personal relationships. The situation remains fluid, with fans and insiders alike closely monitoring every development, anticipating how this story will shape reputations and influence networks in the coming weeks. By the end of Part 2, it is clear that Micky McCoy's wife's leak is far more than a sensational rumor. It has become a defining moment for Erika Kirk, the TPUSA chief of staff, and the broader conversation around accountability, influence, and transparency. As the story continues to develop, fans and analysts are left waiting to see who will make the next move, what consequences will unfold, and how the narrative will ultimately be shaped by the unfolding drama. As the controversy surrounding Micky McCoy's wife's leak continued to unfold, the stakes for Erika Kirk and the TPUSA chief of staff only grew higher. The leak, which initially appeared as a shocking revelation, had evolved into a complex narrative with multiple layers of personal, professional, and political implications. Fans, media outlets, and political commentators were now closely following every update, analyzing how this controversy would impact reputations, alliances, and future strategies. Erika Kirk's response, or lack thereof, became central to the ongoing debate. Sources indicate that she was working tirelessly behind the scenes to craft a statement that would mitigate damage, preserve her credibility, and avoid escalating the situation further. Legal advisors reportedly emphasized caution, stressing that any public comment could be dissected and used against her. PR specialists suggested a measured approach, acknowledge the leak without confirming all details, appeal to public sentiment, and demonstrate accountability where necessary. For Kirk, the challenge was balancing transparency with discretion, a delicate line in a highly charged environment. The TPUSA chief of staff also faced immense pressure. Political insiders noted that internal investigations were being considered, with the organization carefully evaluating potential consequences for leadership credibility, organizational integrity, and public trust. The leak raised questions about professional ethics and the management of sensitive information, placing the chief of staff in a position where strategic decisions would have lasting implications. Every communication, public appearance, and social media post was under scrutiny, illustrating how a single leak could ripple across an entire organization. Meanwhile, Micky McCoy's wife found herself at the center of the narrative. Her role as the source of the leak gave her significant influence over public perception, making her a focal point for both supporters and critics. Fans debated her motives. Was she exposing wrongdoing in the interest of transparency, or were personal grievances driving her actions? Analysts suggested that, regardless of intent, her disclosure had already reshaped the narrative, forcing Erika Kirk and the TPUSA chief of staff to respond under intense public scrutiny. The leak demonstrated the power that insider knowledge can wield in shaping public discourse. Social media remained the primary battlefield for discussion. Every detail of the leak, from alleged communications to screenshots and insider commentary, was shared, reposted, and analyzed. Fans created reaction videos, memes, and threads speculating on motives and potential outcomes. Hashtags referencing Erika Kirk TPUSA, and Micky McCoy's wife trended across multiple platforms, ensuring that the story remained a central topic for both celebrity gossip and political discourse. Analysts noted that in the modern digital era, such virality can significantly influence reputations, public opinion, and even organizational decisions. The controversy also sparked broader conversations about accountability and transparency in both celebrity and political spheres. Erika Kirk's alleged involvement with a high-ranking political staffer blurred the lines between personal relationships and professional responsibility. Observers argued that such coordination, whether for strategic purposes or personal gain, highlights the ethical challenges faced by public figures. The TPUSA chief of staff, in turn, became a symbol of how leadership roles are scrutinized when private actions conflict with public responsibilities. Fans and analysts alike were engaging in debates about the balance between loyalty, ambition, and ethical conduct. Reports indicated that Erika Kirk's team was exploring multiple strategies to regain control of the narrative. One approach involved engaging directly with her audience through social media, offering selective clarification while avoiding overexposure. Another strategy included legal options to address the leak and protect her interests. Sources suggested that these steps were being carefully coordinated to minimize damage while maintaining credibility. Similarly, the TPUSA chief of staff was reportedly consulting with internal advisors to evaluate potential responses, manage political fallout, and ensure organizational stability. The leak also prompted speculation about future consequences. Some political analysts suggested that Erika Kirk could face reputational setbacks if the allegations gained traction in mainstream media. Others noted that the TPUSA chief of staff might be scrutinized internally, particularly if evidence suggested improper conduct or breach of professional standards. Meanwhile, Fans continued to discuss potential motivations behind Micky McCoy's wife's actions, debating whether additional leaks or clarifications might surface in the coming days. As Part 3 progressed, the story became a study in crisis management and public relations. Erika Kirk and the TPUSA Chief of Staff were navigating a delicate path, balancing transparency, accountability, and strategy. Micky McCoy's wife's leak had shifted power dynamics, giving the public a window into behind-the-scenes interactions that were previously private. Analysts emphasized that this moment exemplifies how leaks can redefine narratives, elevate public scrutiny, and force high-profile figures to adapt quickly to new realities. The story also provided lessons about the modern media environment. In an era where information spreads instantly and digital platforms amplify every detail, high-profile individuals must carefully consider the consequences of both their actions and the actions of those around them. The leak's rapid dissemination demonstrated how quickly public perception can change, and how vital strategic communication is in controlling narratives. By the conclusion of Part 3, it was clear that this controversy was far from over. Erika Kirk, the TPUSA Chief of Staff, and Micky McCoy's wife had each played pivotal roles in shaping a narrative that would continue to unfold across social media, traditional media, and political circles. Fans, insiders, and analysts were left watching closely, speculating on next moves, potential revelations, and long-term repercussions. The leak was not just a story, it was a defining moment with implications that could impact reputations, careers, and public trust for months to come. Ultimately, this drama underscores the complex dynamics of influence, power, and accountability in today's interconnected world. It serves as a reminder that private actions, insider knowledge, and public exposure can converge to create highly charged situations where every decision carries consequences. The ongoing narrative promises more revelations, responses, and strategic moves, keeping fans, media, and political observers engaged as the story of Erika Kirk, the TPUSA Chief of Staff, and Micky McCoy's wife continues to develop. The leak from Micky McCoy's wife has sent shockwaves through both the entertainment and political worlds, and the story is far from over. Fans, insiders, and media analysts are all waiting to see how Erika Kirk and the TPUSA Chief of Staff respond to the allegations, knowing that every move they make now will be scrutinized and analyzed. This situation is more than just a celebrity gossip headline, it's a high-stakes narrative about influence, accountability, and the consequences of private actions becoming public. For Erika Kirk, this moment is a test of crisis management and strategic communication. Her reputation, personal relationships, and professional credibility are all at stake. In the modern media environment, one misstep can snowball into significant backlash, especially when the public perceives a lack of transparency or accountability. Every statement, social media post, and public appearance will now be interpreted through the lens of the leak, making her next moves critical in shaping the narrative and controlling potential damage. The TPUSA Chief of Staff also faces immense pressure. The organization's credibility, internal trust, and public perception are all on the line. Sources indicate that internal discussions are underway to determine the best course of action, balancing the need for accountability with the desire to maintain organizational stability. The leak has underscored the importance of professionalism and strategic decision-making in high-profile positions, showing how personal actions can affect an entire network or organization. Meanwhile, Micky McCoy's wife has become a central figure in the story, her role as the source of the leak giving her significant influence over the unfolding narrative. Analysts note that the timing, content, and dissemination of her disclosure have ensured maximum visibility, forcing both Erika Kirk and the TPUSA Chief of Staff into rapid response mode. The leak demonstrates the power of insider knowledge and the impact that one individual can have in shifting public perception and controlling a narrative. Social media continues to play a major role in shaping this story. Fans, journalists, and commentators are actively dissecting every detail, speculating about motives, and predicting potential consequences. Hashtags related to Erika Kirk, the TPUSA Chief of Staff, and Micky McCoy's wife are trending, while discussion threads and video content provide ongoing analysis for a highly engaged audience. This digital amplification ensures that the controversy will remain a talking point for days, weeks, and possibly longer, keeping public attention focused on the unfolding developments. The broader implications of the leak are clear. Transparency, accountability, and strategic communication are more important than ever in the interconnected worlds of celebrity and politics. Erika Kirk, the TPUSA Chief of Staff, and even Micky McCoy's wife must carefully navigate this situation, understanding that each action, comment, or disclosure could have long-term consequences for personal and professional reputations. The story also highlights how power dynamics, influence, and public scrutiny intersect in modern media, demonstrating the complexities faced by public figures today. As this story continues to develop, fans and observers are left with key questions. How will Erika Kirk address the leak? Will the TPUSA Chief of Staff face any internal consequences? Will Micky McCoy's wife release further evidence? Or will the narrative shift in unexpected directions? The answers will unfold in the coming days, but one thing is certain: this leak has already reshaped public perception and forced both Erika Kirk and the TPUSA Chief of Staff to reconsider their strategies moving forward. Ultimately, this controversy serves as a powerful reminder that private actions, insider information, and public scrutiny are intricately connected in today's high-profile environments. Fans, analysts, and insiders alike will be watching closely, ready to respond to the next development, and eager to see how this high-stakes situation resolves. Stay tuned, follow verified updates, and watch closely as the story of Erika Kirk, the TPUSA Chief of Staff, and Micky McCoy's wife continues to unfold, promising more revelations, drama, and intrigue that could impact reputations and alliances for months to come. The latest celebrity gossip is sending shockwaves through political and social circles alike. Micky McCoy's wife has reportedly leaked explosive information implicating Erika Kirk and a top TPUSA Chief of Staff in a serious controversy. According to sources close to the situation, this revelation could have far-reaching consequences, not just for the individuals involved, but for the networks, organizations, and campaigns connected to them. Fans and insiders are already debating the authenticity, motives, and potential fallout, making this one of the most talked-about stories of the week. The leak, which allegedly came directly from Micky McCoy's wife, has left Erika Kirk scrambling to respond while questions swirl around the role of the TPUSA Chief of Staff. Social media platforms have been flooded with speculation, screenshots, and viral commentary as people attempt to piece together what exactly happened and why. This story combines the high stakes of political intrigue with the personal drama of celebrity involvement, creating a narrative that has captivated a wide audience. Insiders claim that the involvement of a chief of staff from TPUSA makes the situation even more significant. Beyond the personal implications for Erika Kirk, the leak raises questions about accountability, ethics, and professional conduct within influential organizations. Observers are already debating whether this exposure could trigger investigations, resignations, or public statements from the parties involved. The mix of political influence, organizational responsibility, and celebrity drama has created a perfect storm for media coverage. The timing of the leak also adds an extra layer of tension. Sources suggest that recent events and ongoing scrutiny made it the right moment for Micky McCoy's wife to come forward. While the exact details of what was leaked remain under wraps, insiders indicate that the information could significantly alter public perception of Erika Kirk, the TPUSA Chief of Staff, and the networks they operate within. The potential consequences are massive, and both fans and analysts are watching closely to see how this story will unfold. Fans have quickly taken to social media to share their reactions. Some are defending Erika Kirk, questioning the motives behind the leak and the credibility of the source, while others are calling for accountability and transparency, emphasizing the potential gravity of involving a top political staffer. Hashtags related to the incident are trending, and discussion for. Ultimately, this leak from Micky McCoy's wife is more than just a celebrity scoop. It's a high-stakes story involving power, influence, and accountability. Fans, media outlets, and insiders are all watching closely as the narrative develops, eager to see how Erika Kirk and the TPUSA chief of staff respond, whether further leaks emerge, and what long-term consequences may follow. The story promises drama, revelations, and controversy that could shape reputations and alliances for months to come.